से ही कटेगी। और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us on India's biggest digital franchise business webinar on this Sunday evening. My name is Neha Gaur and today I'm here with you to introduce you with some electric vehicle brands and business ideas. I'll connect you with the brands directly to let you explore this platform better. So to connect, I'm going to repeat the Q&A process for those who are here again and for those as well who are joining for the first time. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into the chat window. We'll address them during the Q&A. So while we run the presentation and we discuss the presentation, the model, you can keep sharing your queries by writing them into the chat box. So our today's webinar is based on EV, and the brands we are going to introduce you with are progressing into the industry. We all know the scope of EV industry in India. Even some media reports stated that the electric vehicles market in India is expected to reach 17 million units by 2030. Now, without delaying further, I would like to introduce you with our first brand of the day, which is Odysse. They offers you the best design and exclusive e-scooters and e-bikes. Today, we have Mr. Nemin Bora, founder and CEO at Odysse with us. Boraji, first of all, I would like to welcome you at our platform at this webinar. And I would want to request you to please share with us the business opportunities for our partners, for the investors available in Indian market with your brand.
Sure.
Over to you, Boraji.
Thank you, Neha, for the introduction. And good evening, everyone. Welcome on a Sunday evening. So I'm sure everyone over here is very much interested spending their Sunday evening on learning about new opportunities available. So I will just share my screen where I can, explain you much more about our products, about our brand, and how we look forward to establish ourselves in the industry. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So Odysse is the name of the brand. So Odysse electric vehicle started in 2020. So we are based out of Ahmedabad. We have our plant in Ahmedabad in Gujarat. So we have a facility spread across 1.5 to 2 acres, which is in Ahmedabad. We have a production capacity of 2,500 units per month. And as of date, when we are presenting ourselves, we have 68 plus dealerships across India. So we have established ourselves with 2 manufacturing facilities as of now, one in Ahmedabad, other in Mumbai. As we are growing, we are also growing our production capacity. Now, when we talk about the EV industry, the common challenges that we see in the EV industry and what are the base on which the Odysse is established are this. When we entered the EV industry, we saw the certain challenges that were there were, one, the products are very overpriced. The electric vehicles today, the major brands and the major names that you hear are 1,30,000, 1,40,000 plus. Second, the product options were very limited. Either there are brands selling low speed scooters, or there are some brands selling high speed scooters, or there are some brands selling bike. So you don't have a one stop solution where a customer, if he wants an electric two wheelers, he can explore all the segments of the electric two wheelers. And third biggest pain point that was there in the EV industry was the poor after sales service. So when we started and when we ventured into this industry, we ensured that we have the solving pillars for all these problems that we have identified and prevailing. One being cost effective electric vehicle. Second, listing EVs as per the user requisite. What we mean by listing EV as per user requisite is, if a customer wants a product, or assume his daily running is 20 kilometers per day, why should he pay for a product which can run up to 200 kilometers per day? So we started providing EVs as per the requirement of the customer, where we have multiple variants in the same model. One which could run up to 70 kilometers, another which would run up to 100 kilometers, and the third which would go up to 150 kilometers. So a customer can buy as per his requirement and he will pay for what he wants. This ensures that his initial cost of acquisition is much lower, which in turns results into quick decision making to buy an EV rather than an standard petrol vehicle. Now, the third solving pillar was, we have to provide a conducive quality driven technology. It's not that you have to just import something and sell it off. It has to be a technological driven with the latest available features in the industry. And the fourth was providing the customer with the quick after sales service and quick resolution to any of their queries. So when we established ourselves, these were the pillars on which Odyssey stands as of now. Now we would say, why Odyssey instead of all the brands that are available in the market? So these are some of the reasons that we can talk about. One, our scooters and bikes are aesthetically made. Second, those are IoT enabled, so a customer can access any feature of his bike or a scooter and know about the location and other SOCs and other features of the product on an app at the touch of his fingerprint. Third being, our motors are waterproof, so there is no tension. Even if there is rain or something, electronics, it will get spoiled. Our motors are waterproof and you can drive it through any waterlogging or and there won't be any issue which we traditionally face with the petrol vehicles. Third, we have an expansive range of products. Fourth, our batteries are portable. So even if you are staying in a multi-story building or in a big society, you don't have to worry about charging or a charging infrastructure. You can just remove the battery and charge it at your home the way we charge our mobile phones. It is as simple as that. And we have scooter, as I already mentioned, which have range from 70 kilometers to 170 kilometers. So customer with the highest possible range also has a product. We have a product to offer. Now, what are the products that we have? So we have a sports bike, we have daily use bike, we have high and low speed scooters and delivery bike as well. So if you see here, we have covered all the sub segments that are available in an electric two wheeler market. So any person who invests in our brand does not have to face a situation where a customer goes out of the showroom or from the place of sale just because they don't have a particular segment of vehicle to offer. And that is one of our biggest USP, because of which we have been growing very fast. Now, the products that we have are Hawk Lite and Hawk Plus. So whatever names you see, Hawk is the model, Lite and Plus are the different variants in it depending on the range that you want. So Hawk is our high speed scooter. Then we have Racer, that is a high speed scooter. So we have two products to offer in the high speed range. Then we have E2 Go and V2. These two products are in the low speed scooters that we have to offer. Then we have Trot, which is targeted to the B2B segment. So we also have a delivery scooters for our delivery partners or the Kirana stores or the restaurants that have to deliver a lot of goods. along with Swiggy, Zomato, or Amazon or Flipkart for that matter. Plus, we also have bikes. Now, if you see, we have two bikes to offer. One is Vader, that is a daily commute bike, which is used for by any person today that we see. And we also have Evoque. Evoque is one of our most premium product, and it is a electric sports bike. So we were the first company in India to have a commercially available electric sports bike. This product we had launched in 2020, and then there have been definitely been upgradation. Now we also have one more high-speed electric scooter which is under development, and by the end of the year we'll be launching one more product which will be a high-speed electric scooters. Now, what is the future of electric mobility in India? So Odyssey offers the best designed and exclusive range of scooters and bikes. Now the premium features that we offer in our products are disc brake. It also have a reverse gear system, not that you can have a front drive, but also a reverse drive in the scooter similar to our cars. It has keyless entry. Our scooters are equipped with music system and Bluetooth connectivity. You can also have phone charging option there. Switch, start, stop button, anti-theft lock. So these are one of most premium features that are today available in the electric vehicle segment. These are just the product snapshots of our product. If you can see the V2 being more targeted towards women, then there are scooters that are more targeted towards men. So each of our products are designed to ensure that every segment or the every target audience has some or the other products that they can buy from our brand. Now, when we come to Odyssey, just I would like to give you a quick, look of how our showrooms look. So this is a well compact designed showroom. We have designed it in about 700 square feet area. So this is how the outer board has to be. This is how we plan to have the internal layout of the dealerships. We're having a director cabin, staff working area, two discussion table, reception, and the products for display. So this is just some renderings of the outlet that of our CI norms that we have as a brand. Now the value proposition for end customers. So what is the difference between Odyssey and current EV players if we see? As I already mentioned, only one category of electric two-wheelers offered, either low-speed scooter or high-speed scooter or a bike. Whereas at Odyssey, we are a one-stop solution for all electric two-wheeler needs. Second major hurdles that most of the EV players face are lack of finance option. Now here we have a tie-up with most of the banks and NBFCs. To name a few, we are approved by ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, HDB Finance, Shriram Finance, Mannapuram Finance, Karur Vyasa Bank. So these are the banks and the famous NBFCs, along with many fintechs like Loan Tap, Liqui Loans, Jest Money, Aeon Finance, Eduance Finance. So we have multiple options where a customer can easily get an EMI or a finance option, which helps dealership to grow their sales. Now, most of the EV players do not have sophisticated software to ensure the inventory and the production is well managed. Whereas we have DMS being implemented for dealer management, so dealers knows what their stocks are, and we can also help rotate our dealerships to remove the stocks which are lying for a longer time with them in lieu of something that they want and which is very easily saleable in that area, in their areas. Then fourth is insurance claim issues. So with the EV player being very new, many insurance company are not providing insurances to them, and majorly in the low speed segment. Whereas Odyssey products are on board on all major insurance company. You name it, Bajaj Finance, Tata AIG, ICICI Lombard. On all major insurance companies, our products are approved, and you can take finance insurance from any one of them. Then major EV players do not do any marketing activities, barring a few top 3 or 4 brands. But we regularly do marketing wherever we have our dealership operational, and we also do a lot of PR activities at our end to ensure that the brand is always visible. It is in the news, and our dealerships can encash on that. Then there are service related issues that major EV players dealership face because spare parts are not provided on time. They don't have enough stock. There is a lot of finance issues at the EV players, and if they are funded and they don't have new round of fundings coming up. So at our end, we have a strong after sales support. We have a lot of stock that we keep dedicated for spares and services, and we are bootstrap company where we don't have to depend on the next round of funding to ensure the continuity of our brand. Seventh, technical training is not available. You are always dependent on the OEM to provide service or resolve the issues, whereas at our end, we train the staff at each and every dealership to ensure that the customer issues are handled and they are well equipped to handle any issue that a customer faces and resolve it there and then. Now, as we all know, EV industry is growing, but what is the look, how big is it growing and what is the future in it? So by 2025, the Indian two-wheeler market is expected to be 5 million units sold every year. So in that, if we see the overall EV penetration that is expected is somewhere in the range of 40 to 60% in the B2B segment, and 30 to 35. These are all projected figures by the research reports. But the majorly overall penetration, if we exclude the motorcycle, is somewhere in the range of 50 to 60%, which in turns out about 2.5 million units sold every year. Today, we are selling 1 lakh units a month, whereas we are reaching in next 2 years to 2.5 million units in totality. So the market is growing at least 2 to 3x every year in the EV two-wheeler segment, if we see. And by 2030, government says they want to have 100% electrification of electric two-wheelers. But even if we go by a conservative figures, we are looking not less than 70 to 80% market being transitioned to electric two-wheelers rather than the petrol, which would be what, 4 to 5 lakhs unit at least of electric two-wheelers itself. 5 million units, sorry, pardon me. So 50 lakh electric two-wheelers sold every year by 2030. So what are when you invest in a brand, you are looking at what are the revenue streams, where do I get my returns? So there are 4 major revenue streams available. One being product sales, that is definitely one of the major areas of revenue. Second major area of revenue being sales of spare parts and servicing. As we all know, in automobiles, service is one of the most critical revenue streams from where you get a lifelong revenue. Product sales is just one time. Then there are other revenues like extended warranty sales, where you can provide customers with the extended warranty than what is existing there, and you can also have margin over there. And again, as I said, our scooters are connected. So IoT app subscription is another revenue, where after the first year, when a customer opts for renewing his IoT on his app subscription, the dealerships get margin from where it is sold. Now, what are the growth drivers? Why are we seeing this sudden growth in the EV industry? So there are government policies and subsidizing that is supporting EVs. Today, the customer is well aware about the pollution issue, especially if we go in Delhi, NCR, Bombay, Bangalore. We see a lot of air quality being spoken of, and also in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well now. The total cost of ownership for an EV is much less as compared to a petrol vehicle, because over the life of the vehicle, the amount of petrol that you put is probably 10 times higher than what you would use it for charging your vehicle. So when we look at the total cost of ownership for EVs, it is much lower than petrol vehicles. Then the disposable income in the tier 1, 2, and 3 cities as well are increasing day by day. And the product appeal and diversity. What do we mean by product appeal and diversity? Today, EVs are giving you features and the specs which no petrol vehicle has ever given or are giving even as on date. It has music system, Bluetooth connectivity, Android display, Google Map navigation, which are not available even in petrol vehicles. So EVs are way ahead of what petrol vehicles have to offer. And that is also driving a lot of customers towards EV rather than petrol vehicles. Now, when we see of the competitive analysis on broader scale, today Odyssey offers portable battery, which helps customer buy a vehicle even if he's staying in a big society or a multi-storied building, which is not offered by major big players like Ola or Ather. Our scooters are IoT enabled. We provide waterproof motor, which are provided only by the big brands, as you can see. Our scooters have an option of highest range up to 170 kilometers per charge, which are not even offered by some well-known brands. The music system is not offered by any player except Ola and us today. So our products are top notch in terms of the features that they have to offer. Now, what is the roadmap? As a brand, we started in 2019. So we are headquartered at Mumbai, having our production in Ahmedabad. So we started our manufacturing unit in 2020, with the first manufacturing unit being in Ahmedabad. So we launched our other manufacturing unit in Mumbai in the 2020 to 22 phase 2 of our growth, and we have introduced 3 EVs in March. Now moving to phase 3, where we closed our last year, that is April 22 to 23. We set up our third manufacturing unit in Hyderabad, which is still there, but it is like an add-on when we want to exceed our capacity from our standard units. We are also eligible for government subsidy as of today. That is the FAME 2 subsidy. We have 3 new models that we launched last year, one being low speed scooters, one being delivery scooter, and the daily use bike Vader that I just showed you. We plan to cross 80 plus dealership, but we could end at 68 plus dealership. Now, what is our roadmap for this year, April 23 to March 24? As I said, we are also introducing one high-speed scooter, and our sports bike is getting advanced. So we'll have a new variant or a new version of our sports bike. We plan to increase our dealerships to 200 plus by the end of this year. We are also setting up a new state-of-art manufacturing facility in Ahmedabad, which will increase our production capacity to 10,000 units a month. This is where we are on our roadmap. Now, who are the minds behind Odyssey? So I am Nemin Vora. I'm the CEO and founder of the company. By qualification, I'm a chartered accountant, and I have also done my MBA. I have an 11-year plus experience in manufacturing and distribution of sustainable products. Then we have another director, that is Mr. Ronak Sangvi. He looks after the production. He has experience in stockbroking, and he has been into R&D and product development since his early days. Mr. Virendra Vora is the chairman of the company and acts as an advisor. He is my father. So he is the guiding force and mentor for the company. He is also a qualified chartered accountant and a veteran in industry, and is dealing in multiple businesses like alternate fuels, real estate, construction, instrumentation, and home automation. Now, as a brand, there are some of the achievements that I would like to share with all of you. One being, Odyssey was the first electric bike to have, first brand to launch electric motorcycle, that is Odyssey Evokes. Then we were awarded the most promising brand 2021 by Economic Time, which is one of the most reputed in India. Then latest, the product that we launched, Vader, is the India's first electric bike with 7-inch Android display and Google Map navigation. No other electric bike in India has these features available. So these are some of our achievements. Now moving to what are the marketing strategies that we adopt to ensure the dealerships thrive and their sales keeps on growing. As I already mentioned, we do a lot of digital marketing, that is SEO, search engine optimization, social media marketing, then email marketing and things. The media marketing is using YouTube ad promotion, influencer marketing. We also do radio marketing. And when we say strategic tie-up, that is tie-up with industrial network. Like we have recently, last week, we have joined the e-commerce platform Flipkart as an EV vendor. So any customer today can buy Odyssey products through Flipkart, which are definitely distributed through our dealership network only. So our dealership has an added advantage where they can generate sales even from big brand sources like Flipkart and others. Those are the strategic tie-up we do. Then we tie up with banks where they promote our brand in lieu of customer taking loans from them. These are some forms of strategic tie-up that we do. And as I said, we have a PR team in place who does all the PR activities. So there is a newspaper ad and newspaper articles that keep on coming. Now, government has been supportive to promote the EVs. As everyone knows, there is FAME 2 subsidy available. On top of that, there are many states that are giving additional subsidies. There is Gujarat government that is providing a 20,000 subsidies on EVs. Then UP has started providing subsidies. Delhi is providing subsidy of about 15 to 20,000 rupees. The Rajasthan government is providing subsidies. Maharashtra government has waived off the entire road tax and registration charges for that matter. So different states are providing subsidies in a different manner, which is also pushing the sales of EVs in those states. Now, when we talk about if we want to invest in ODC, what is the financial model? How does that work? So financial model is we require a minimum store size of 800 square meters in addition to 300 square feet of service station. As we said, all our dealerships are the one who provide service. So our model is triple S, sales, spare parts, and service. That is the model that we work on. So you need 800 square feet of showroom in a good location and 300 square feet of service area, which can be somewhere on the inner side where things are very reasonable compared to the showroom locations. The total investment that goes into this, into taking our franchisee, including the stocks, franchisee fee, the furnishing expenses, and a bit of the working capital is 30.52 lakhs, which is very reasonable to start an automobile dealership or a showroom. We take a 3 lakh rupees of refundable security deposit, which is refunded when the contract period is over, or for any reason the dealership wants to switch over or do any or not work ahead, and then there is a refundable security deposit of 3 lakh. We take one-time franchisee fee of rupees 4 lakh, which is what we charge to provide dealerships with all the marketing material, along with doing a lot of launch advertisement and launch awareness in the area where our dealerships open. The agreement that we would be doing is for a 5 years term. And the best part being the total payback for the investment that you do is 1 year and 4 months. That's it. So whatever money that you have put in the business will be recovered in less than 1.5 years. And then everything that you make out of it is going to be profits. So this is all about us as a brand, what products we have to offer, and what are the investments that any investors would be looking at. So if there are any questions or any details that anybody needs, I'm most welcome to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Namitji. Thanks for giving us so much of brief about the brand and the opportunities available.
Thank you, Neil.
It was really good to know so much from you. Sumirji, if you have any questions, you may ask.
Sorry, Neha, I was not able to.
Do you have any questions to ask?
No, I'll please continue.
Sure. So I would like to take up some questions which are there in my chat window right now.
Sure.
There are people who are asking. Tejinder is asking total how many models we have with subsidy.
So as of now, we have one model with subsidy, and the other models, low speed products any which ways don't have subsidy. Only the high speed products can have subsidy, and we have one product that is with subsidy and other two products which are without subsidy.
Okay, there is one more question. Mr. Ram is asking, how about the battery life, cost and maintenance?
So we sell only lithium-ion batteries, and those batteries come with 3 years of warranty. So any customer who buys the vehicle does not have to worry about the product for at least our vehicle as well as the battery comes with 3 years warranty.
How many dealers we have in North India?
So as till last year, our major focus has been South and West India, and Central India, but now we are growing our footprints to North India. So we have already 3 to 4 dealerships that have been concluded We have dealership agreement in place, and we expect by this year end, we'll have at least 15 to 20 dealerships in North India.
There is one beautiful question being asked by Jayant, which I also wanted to ask. How your product is different than the big EV brands like Hero, TVS, etc.
That is indeed a good question. So what sets us apart, as I already mentioned, we have different products to offer to the customer. Like today, if you go to an TVS, you have to buy their iQube model, which starts at 1,20,000, 1,30,000, and the customer does not have a choice whether he wants to go for a low speed product, a high speed scooter, or a bike. So it's a one product that they have to offer, and those are very overpriced. Whereas our high speed scooters, which offers similar mileage and speed, starts at about 90,000 to 1 lakh, whereas they charge 130, 140. So one, there is a major price difference. Second, we have multiple products to offer which the other brands don't have. And third, the service network that we provide and the stock availability is much better with us. When we talk to any TVS dealership, the waiting period at any dealership is much higher, not with the company, but the dealership don't get the products on time. So we ensure that how much ever we grow, we ensure our production capacity grows accordingly, so that our dealership don't have to face a situation where they are not able to service the customer and are losing sales.
Wonderful. One more question is there. Any company-owned flagship store in Delhi NCR?
No, right now we don't have any flagship stores in Delhi, and as we are based out of Mumbai, we definitely do have 2 flagship stores in Mumbai, but not in Delhi NCR.
Are we planning to start something like this?
Right now we are looking at dealerships to penetrate in North India, but definitely if things work out well, and tomorrow we never know, but we may start one of those in North India as well.
Okay. Jayant is asking, what is the pricing of product, if you can just tell us, and the profit margin?
So our product range starts from the lithium ion product range starts from 70,000, and it goes all the way up to 1,71,000 with the Evokes. So as we mentioned, we have different models with different variant to offer the customer what they want at a price they want. So at every price point, we have some or the other product that fits the requirement of the customer. So, and in terms of the dealer margin, I would say it ranges between 10 to 16%, depending on the model and the variant.
One more question from Mr. Janardhan. Is there a double battery available by the company?
Yes, some of our models do offer a double battery option. So customer can choose in certain models if he wants to opt for single battery or double battery.
Arshad is asking, do you have any specific area to target in Delhi?
Not really. We are looking at expanding all across Delhi, NCR and North India per se. So no particular area that we are targeting in Delhi, but definitely in couple of months, you will see us with multiple dealerships in Delhi NCR region.
There are multiple questions still there, but I will end this with the last question since we are running out of time. Which brand battery you provide?
So we have tied up with 2 brands. One is Trontech and one is MTech. So those are top 2 reputed brands that are available in the battery space, and we have tie-ups with them.
Okay, very well said, very well explained. Thank you so much, Mr. Nemin. Thanks a lot for your time and the details which you have shared with us. I'm sure that people who are already there, who are participant here and who are listening you, they've got to know so much inputs from your end, and they've understood the brand very well. And thanks a lot for your time on this Sunday evening. Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
Gaurav.
you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye.
Moving forward, we do have our next brand, Chart City, which is an electric vehicle charging equipment and IoT-based solution providers, as well as a charging point network operator based in Delhi. They are committed to creating reliable, robust, and efficient EV charging infrastructure in the country. We do have Mr. Taran Ratra, Managing Director at Chart City, with us today to share with you the business opportunity and scope available with their brand in India. Taranji, first of all, I would like to welcome you on this platform, and we appreciate that you have come here to share with us the business opportunity you have with your brand in the country. And I would want you to please explain a bit information about the brand and expansion and model with us. Over to you, Taranji.
Thank you. So welcome everybody. And very nice to have everybody over here. So I'm Tarun Ratra. I'm the co-founder of Charge City. So Charge City is basically an EV charging infrastructure provider. We are authorized distributors for a UK-based company called EO Charging, and we also have a distributorship of Telus Power, which is a US-based manufacturer of EV charging points. And we sell and install charging points at different locations, and we are a charge point operator. So we tie up with real estate companies, with hotel chains and other places to install these charging points. And we also provide complete end-to-end installation and software services for management of EV charging infrastructure. And we have our own mobile application for using of these charging stations. So I'll just share my screen to explain you a little bit. So as you might be aware, so right now there's a major shift, transformation happening in the in the mobility space, in the transportation sector, which is from the internal combustion engine cars towards electric mobility. So this shift, in the past couple of years, it has rapidly taken shape, and all forms of mobility, like two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and four-wheelers, are shifting gradually to electric, with the support of government subsidies and government programs. Okay. And looking at the high level of pollution that is happening, and also the harmful impact of internal combustion engines towards the long term, towards the environment and towards climate change. So I'll just tell you a brief about how electric vehicles are beneficial on the economic front. I'm sure you are aware about the climate change effects of internal combustion engine cars, but there is also an economic aspect, economic saving involved with shifting to electric cars. So as per study, it is expected that EVs cost almost 60% less to run as compared to petrol or diesel vehicles. So this is the reason why there is a gradual shift happening towards electric vehicles, even though that the upfront cost is a little higher at this point of time. But the upfront cost is negated by the the saving in the running expenditure that is there in electric vehicles. So there's a gradual shift that has happened in the past couple of years, and many brands in the two-wheeler, three-wheeler, and even the four-wheeler space have come out with electric vehicles. Almost all major brands in India right now have at least one electric model, and they are going to increase the number of electric offerings in the years to come. So electric India has been kind of lagging behind in the whole electric vehicle market, but it is poised to emerge at the forefront of the whole electric vehicle market globally. Other countries like in the Netherlands and Finland, they have almost 70 to 80% penetration of electric vehicles now. So even in India, it is estimated that at least by 2030, as per the government targets, or at least 30% of the four-wheelers will be electric, and almost 70 to 80% of the two-wheelers will be electric. So India is rapidly moving towards electrification of the transportation. And then there are government policies like the FAME2 scheme, faster adoption of mobility scheme, in which the government has offered many subsidies to various classes of vehicles. And government, as per the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan, which is the NEMMP, has laid down that at least 30% of the vehicles, of the new vehicle sales by 2030 has to be electric. And but there has to be infrastructure, electric vehicle charging infrastructure that has to be made in order to take care of this kind of penetration in the electric mobility market. So EV charging has been this has been a chicken and egg kind of situation involved with the EV charging infrastructure, whether EV charging has to come first or the electric vehicles are to come first. But we believe that electric vehicle charging infrastructure is one of the major concerns why people are not shifting rapidly towards electric mobility. So once this infrastructure is in place, we will see much higher levels of penetration in the electric mobility space. So based on this premise, we started Charge City, and we are dedicated to developing not just in numbers a bigger infrastructure, but a very reliable and robust infrastructure. Because what we have seen as challenges in the whole EV charging infrastructure market currently is that most chargers are either underutilized or they are not functioning properly. So we are committed to creating a reliable infrastructure by partnering with world-renowned OEMs for EV charging and providing a world-class, software solution for, utilizing these charging points and management of these charging points so that they can be made more reliable. So, and according to the BIS research, the electric vehicle market is expected to grow at a CAGR of 43.15% between 2019 and 2030. So there is a huge, expectation of growth in the next years to come in this particular industry. As per the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan of the Government of India had laid down that within a radius of about 3 kilometers, there has to be one charging point available, and 25 kilometers on both sides of highways or roads. There has to be one charging infrastructure available. So on the basis of this number, the number of charging points required in India is about 20 million. So, and in India, we are at around 20,000 only right now. So there is a huge scope of, growth in this particular field, and a large number of EV charging points have to be deployed to keep up, to keep pace with the penetration of the electric vehicle market. So the projected size of the global EV industry is about 567 billion. And the projected market size in India is supposed to be around 9.5 billion. And just the EV charging market size in India is projected to reach about 1.5 billion by 2025. And like I said, about 2.9 million EV charging points have to be set up by 2030 to keep up pace with the penetration of electric vehicles. So we, as Charge City, we provide AC flow charging points, which are from the range of 33.3 kilowatt all the way to 22 kilowatt. These are the slower charging points, and they usually charge a vehicle at the rate of about, in 5 to 6 hours, depending upon the battery capacity. Then we also have the DC fast chargers, which are available from the range of 30 kilowatt all the way to 200 kilowatt. So 30 kilowatt DC charger would charge like a 30 kilowatt battery in 1 hour. So if the battery size is 60 kilowatt, then it will take 2 hours. So like this, the calculation is done for different capacities. So 60 kilowatt charger will take about half an hour, 45 minutes to charge a 30 kilowatt hour battery. So we provide all AC slow and DC fast charging points for 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers both. And apart from that, so right now there are different business solutions being available in the EV charging infrastructure space. One is the IoT-enabled charging station aggregation and remote management, which we provide through our remote management software and mobile application. The other is battery swapping. Battery swapping is basically swapping your discharged battery for a fully charged one. So these are the swapping stations, which we are currently not operating in the battery swapping space. We are only static EV charging providers. And then there is energy as a service, energy storage as a service. So this is also a separate category of EV charging. So grid power charging station. So a grid power charging station is when you get like a separate electricity connection for setting up the charging station. And this electricity is like you have in your house or in a commercial space. And this electricity is then, dispensed through the EV charger securely and by setting up the charging station. And then there are solar power charging stations where a part of the energy is dispensed from a solar and a battery storage, and a part of that is dispensed from the grid, like in general scenarios. Yeah. So by Charge City, and I'll just give you a brief of why we should install charging stations, or EV chargers. So one point is that we encourage electric mobility. So, like I said, EV chargers have to precede the mobility, like electric mobility. So only when there is sufficient EV charging infrastructure available in the country will people think about switching to electric cars or electric two-wheelers, because one major concern of theirs is to where they are going to charge their vehicles. So once they see sufficient infrastructure available, sufficient and reliable infrastructure available, they will think about switching to electric vehicles. So in a way, if you're installing EV chargers, you are encouraging people to switch to electric vehicles. High return on investment. So EV charging infrastructure is like a growing field. Like I just told you, it's a growing market. And as the penetration increases, the utilization of the EV chargers will also increase, and it creates a stable revenue. And as Charge City, we have a partnership with major B2B cab fleet aggregators as well, which can utilize the charging stations that are installed so as to create like a higher return on investment and a lower payback period. And there's also like an opportunity to create additional revenue through setting up of advertisements along with the charging stations. Compliance to state EV norms. So as you might be aware, many different states have come out with their own electric vehicle policies, whereby they give out subsidies for purchasing electric vehicles and also deployment of EV charging infrastructure. So within this, these are basically the guidelines which each state has to provide, sufficient provide electricity connection for setting up the EV charging infrastructure, or subsidies for purchasing of EV charging. So, and with many of these policies, like in Delhi and Mumbai and some other places, we have it's been laid out that most residential buildings and commercial buildings need to have reserve up to 10 to 15% parking space for electric vehicles, and where EV chargers need to be installed. So when you are installing EV chargers, you are basically complying to these state norms. So gradually, I think more and more states will come out with EV policies, making it necessary for real estate companies to have EV charging infrastructure. And high growth opportunity. So between 22, 21 to, sorry. So between 21 to 22 financial year, the EV charger, the electric vehicles sales, they reach 4 lakh units, growing over 300% year on year due to high fuel prices, rising pollution, and supported by the government incentives. An increase in property value. Like I said, most real estate companies, real estate and residential buildings, hotel chains, commercial buildings, these are the places where EV chargers are a must. And not only comply, not only do we comply to state EV policies by installing EV chargers at these locations, but it also increases the property value. So there's a research by JLL which suggests that installing of EV chargers increases the value of the commercial property by up to 6-7%. So because you are taking care of future need of customers who might be coming at that location. Charge City was founded in 2019, and basically our vision is to provide complete EV charging project management solution, right from installation to complete support for getting a separate electricity connection and management of the EV charging stations, driving utilization and marketing for the particular charging station, and basically providing like complete end-to-end software support in the form of mobile application and the complete management software. So as to increase return on investment for the franchise partners. So some of our solutions, like I said, are complete site layout and planning, where we basically conduct a survey of the location where the chargers are to be installed, and give out inputs to the franchisee partner about how we can, make it suitable for installing a charging station. And grid permission. So, like I said, most EV policies, they lay out, certain norms for getting a separate electricity connection for installing EV chargers. So like in Delhi, we have a separate electricity connection for installing EV chargers, which is at a subsidized rate. So the electric vehicle, the EV charging tariff, or the tariff for electricity for EV chargers comes out to be 6 to 7 rupees in Delhi, as per the policy, if we get a separate electricity connection. So we, as Charge City, we will assist our franchise partners in getting that separate electricity connection from the concerned authorities and discoms. And its complete installation and commissioning from start to finish, Charge City will assist the franchise partners in. And remote monitoring. So we have, like I said, we have our own management software, which we have developed in-house, that allows the franchise partners to manage everything remotely, the charging stations remotely. You can keep a track of how much revenue you're generating, what users are coming to charge at the location, whether your charging station is operational or is it faulty or there's some issue with the charging station. Everything is highlighted through the software itself. And also you can, there are analytics inbuilt. So you can keep a track of your monthly revenue and expenses and everything through the software itself. And analysis and report. So energy consumption and everything is also, inbuilt within the software. So you can track your energy consumption on a monthly basis from the charging stations and how much cost you have incurred towards the energy or the electricity. And so revenues and profitability, everything you can monitor through the charging stations and through the software. So this is our EV charging application. It's by the name of Charge City, and it's available both on iOS and Android devices. So basically, I'll just walk you through how the EV charging process takes place. So if a customer downloads the application, he locates the EV charger on the map where he wants to charge. Say, for example, he selects a location like Select City Walk Mall in Delhi, or so he can select that location, navigate to the charger. So the Google Maps will open up and he can navigate to that particular location. Once he reaches there, he can, take the plug out, plug in the charger to the vehicle, and then he selects the charging point and the number of hours or units he wants to charge for. Say, for example, he wants to charge for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So he selects that he wants to charge for 30 minutes, and then he presses start charging. So the charging session begins. And so there is also an inbuilt wallet within the application. So whatever the cost of the charging is there, according to that, he can feed in money in the inbuilt wallet. So for example, if it will show the estimated cost of the charging, so accordingly he can put in money in the wallet. Say for example, if the cost is 200 rupees, so he can put in that same amount in the wallet and start the charging session. And once his time frame is ended, if he has probably put in 30 minutes of charge, so once that 30 minutes has ended, the amount will automatically be deducted from his wallet and the charging session will stop automatically. And then he can, once he comes to the vehicle, he can remove the plug from the vehicle so that other people get charged. So this is how the charging process takes place through the application. So apart from that, so like I said, you can locate charging points on a map. And there is also an option we offer to reserve charging points in advance. So if a customer is, say, going to come at a certain point of time, he can reserve that charging point so that no other user comes during that time frame. So that charger will be made available for him for 15 minutes from that time. So for example, if he sets 2 o'clock as his time, then from 2 o'clock to 2:15, the charger will be reserved for him. If he comes within that time frame, he can use the charger. Otherwise, that charger will be made available for public users. And then you can scan a QR code to activate the charging session, set a charging budget. Say, for example, like in most petrol pumps, we are used to saying that, fill up fill my tank for 500 rupees or 1000 rupees. So we have the same option in charging stations also. You can set your budget like you want to charge for 500 rupees. So you can set that budget, and according to that, it will begin the charging session. And so, like I said, we have an integrated wallet and payment gateway suite that supports all forms of payments from UPI and for different bank cards or credit cards, debit cards, and everything. This is our charging station management system, which helps the users, the franchise partners manage the utilization, revenues, alerts, health of the chargers, and it enables the franchise owner to set a pricing for the particular charging point and monetize the charge point access using different business models. OCP and OCPP enables. OCPP is basically an open charge point protocol, which is used world over by different EV charging softwares. So our charger is compliant with this OCPP. So most of the global manufacturers of EV chargers comply with this OCPP protocol. So all global EV chargers can be integrated with our software and mobile application. So EV charging hardware. So like I said, so we are authorized distributors for EO Charging UK, which is UK-based manufacturer of AC EV charging points. And they have a network of over 90,000 charging points all over UK, Europe, and even in India now. And we also have a tie-up with Telus Power, which is a USA-based manufacturer of DC fast charging points. So these are smart, reliable, and robust EV chargers. These companies have a lot of experience, almost 10 years of experience in the EV charging infrastructure space. So they are very reliable chargers. And as compared to the competitors, these are the most premium products that are available right now in the Indian market and most reliable.
If we can just go on to the commercials because we are running out of time and we have to take up the questions also. And next friend is also there, no?
Yeah. So these are the EV charging points that we have installed right now. So in malls, in residential buildings, and public parking spaces and office buildings. So basically, our franchise model has so we have three models. So one is the 444 DC charging, which is franchise-owned, franchise-operated model. So it requires the area required is about 200 to 1,000 square feet, which is roughly about 2 parking spaces are required for setting up these charging stations. These are very compact charging stations and don't require that much space. And so total investment is about 10 lakh rupees. In that, one DC charger of 30 kilowatt capacity is included, and one AC charger of 7.2 kilowatt capacity is also included. And the investment will vary as per the requirement of the charging point at that particular location. So if you go for a higher capacity charging point like a 60 kilowatt or 120 kilowatt DC charger, the investment will increase according to that. So this is like the basic investment that we have for 30 kilowatt and 7.2 kilowatt charger. The franchise royalty will be 10%. So revenue share will be not applicable for this particular model. The payback period will be 30 to 32 months for this particular investment period, and the agreement period will be about 5 years. Sorry. Yeah. And then we have the other model, which is the franchise invested company operated model. Whereby the franchise partner will be investing in investing in the charging stations, and the charging stations will be completely owned and operated by Charge City. In this particular model, the franchise partner will be getting a fixed return, which is equal to about 12% on a minimum guarantee basis, and 20% on the higher side. And the payback period for this is about 36 to 38 months. So franchise-owned, franchise-operated model is a high risk model, but high return also. whereby the franchise partner owns the charging station in its entirety. Yeah, so these are the models that are available. So like I said, we have different EV chargers of different capacities. The AC slow charger of 7.2 kilowatt, 22 kilowatt, and then the DC fast charger of 30, 60, and 143, and all the way up to 240 kilowatts is available. So there is a different cost involved with each of these chargers. So depending upon the chargers, so you can choose these chargers in any permutation and combination, and depending upon the chargers you choose, the upfront investment will vary. In the FOFO model, the investment, ownership, utility bills, operational expenses are all taken care by the by Charge City and by the franchise partner, and everything and the franchise partner gains the net profit from the whole EV charging operation. And in the FICO model, most of the the ownership of the chargers, the utility bills, and all the operational aspects of running the EV charging station is taken care by Charge City, and the franchise partner simply gets like a fixed return on his investment. So the responsibilities of the franchisor in this regard would be, as Start City, we will assist the franchise partners in finalizing the location and signing the contract with the landowner or the location where the charging stations are to be installed. We will assist the franchise partners getting a separate electricity connection for the charging station, and also we will supply the chargers and help the franchise partner in complete installation of the charging points at the location. And then we will register the charging points onto our mobile application and software so that the customer can manage and the charging points, and the users can locate and utilize the charging points through our mobile application, which is available. So as South City, we provide complete software solution for management of the charging points. Like I said before, complete branding and marketing is the responsibility of South City. And we will also provide 24/7 customer support for the end customers and for the franchise partners as well. And invoicing and payments is completely done through the software and mobile application. And for the services, Charge City retains 10% of the revenue that is generated from the EV charging activity. And customer tariffs will be fixed periodically and changed by Charge City. So we will set the customer most suitable EV charging tariff for that particular location on that particular charger in consultation with the franchise partners. So in this particular situation, so for the franchisee owns the charger and the complete installation of the charger, and the franchisee will also have apply for a separate source of power or electricity connection from the local discom, and Charge City will provide complete assistance in this regard, and the franchisee can monitor the charger usage in real time through the software. And the franchisee pays for the electricity bill, the rental or the revenue share for for installing the charging point at that particular location. And the franchisee also has an option to exit at 25% of the capital expenditure. So just to explain you how the model works, if you install like in a particular location, you have to share a certain part of the revenue generated with the location owner, or as a revenue share, or maybe as a fixed rental model. So most suitable would be that we work on a revenue share model, and most of the chargers that we have installed right now in Delhi NCR are on a revenue share model. So this works out as a better model financially, as there's no fixed cost involved with paying the rent. So
I think
different types
rest of the things we can share on the presentation if the investor requires, because we are
Yeah, sure.
quickly running out of the time, and we have taken so
Yeah.
much time to the brand. We do have so many questions, but unfortunately, we won't be able to take up all the questions because of the time shortage, and we do have to introduce our next brand. So we'll take only 2 questions for the brand. So I'll take 2 questions here. One question is being asked: what is the ROI?
So it's over 100%. So like so within 30 to 35 months, you will be able to break even the cost of the charges, and then you whatever then you after that it's only profit.
Okay. There is one more question I would like to take up. How many chargers installed in Delhi NCR?
So we have total 13 charging points installed in Delhi NCR in different locations. We have tied up with the leading brands like Select City Walk Mall, which is one of the biggest mall in Delhi. We have a charging station installed there. Then we have installed chargers at HCL Technologies for their employees at their head office in Noida. Then we have also tied up with residential buildings and co-working spaces to install chargers at different locations.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us, Taranji. So we do have shortage of time here because we give only 20 minutes to represent the brand. We have already taken so much time. I won't be able to take all the questions, but we do have questions, and the participants who are there waiting for their answers, my team will get in touch with you within a day or 2, and definitely you can have a one-on-one discussion with them, and they'll be giving all the answers of your queries. Moving forward, so you can stop sharing your screen, Mr. Ratra.
Sure. Thank you.
Moving forward with this, I would like to welcome my next brand. So next we do have Fides Electric, introducing the world to new age of electric automobile technology, and to establish Fides Electric as a trusted brand by delivering cutting edge, affordable, comfortable, and energy efficient vehicles. So we do have Mr. Pankaj Yadav, Director Fides Electric, today with us, and Ms. Chavi from the brand itself to present more details and business opportunities in front of you. Pankaj ji and Chavi, I would like to welcome you on the panel today, and I would want to request you to please share some inputs with our participants and the business opportunities available with your brand.
Hi.
Hi.
This is a franchisee model जो ओवरव्यू है वो मैं करना चाहती हूँ. हमारी जो कंपनी है वो सिंस लास्ट ईयर से है, और ये जो फीडस stands for power using reliable energy and true to its name ever since in capacity. हमारे जो लोकेशंस है शोरूम के हरियाणा में है, दिल्ली में है, उत्तर प्रदेश में है, राजस्थान में है, गुजरात में है, और लाइक जो हमारा प्रोडक्शन यूनिट है वो अलवर में है. जहाँ जो हमारी मंथली जो हमारी प्रोडक्शन यूनिट है जितनी वो 1000 पर यूनिट है, पर मंथ है. कि हम ये डायरेक्टर है हमारे पंकज यादव एंड अंजलि मैम. हाँ, हमारी जो प्रोडक्ट ब्रांड्स हैं वो है फ्लूटर लाइट एंड मैवरिक, पैसरीन एंड पैसरीन प्लस, जिनकी अलग अलग स्पेसिफिक क्वालिटीज हैं, अलग अलग इनके जो हैं इनके डिमांड्स हैं. लेड एसिड एंड लिथियम बैटरी में हम डील करते हैं. पोर्टेबल चार्जर है हमारे पास. कनेक्शन जो है हमारे पास वो एकदम आप अगर घर में भी लाइक पोर्टेबल की तरीके से करना चाहते हैं तो वो हो सकता है. अफोर्डेबल है. नेक्स्ट मेजर कंपनीज जो कि हैं इन इंडिया में वो ये सब कंपनीज है जो अभी ईवी इलेक्ट्रिक जो ब्रांड्स हैं वो ज़्यादा ग्रो कर रहे हैं, लाइक कंपेयरिंग टू अदर इंडस्ट्री. जो हमारा लोअर पावर डिमांड है, हाई कार्बन एमिशंस है. वन ऑफ इंडियाज मेजर डेवलप गोल्स हैं इज द अर्जेंट नीड टू रिड्यूस अवर कार्बन एमिशंस एंड मीट अवर क्लाइमेट emissions, and EV cloud reduce our CO2 emissions by 37%. Low power demand demand for power has not resigned in science. With the power generation capacities leads to known availability of sectors rise in EVs could help breed set celebrity good.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
जो हमारा बिजनेस मॉडल मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. हमारा जो लाइक दिल्ली एनसीआर में ये दिल्ली एनसीआर और इन सब वेस्ट में, साउथ में, ईस्ट का है. नेक्स्ट जो हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट मॉडल है वो ये है कि हमारी जो फ्रेंचाइजी है वो 20 lakhs की है, जिसमें जो ब्रांडिंग कॉस्ट है और प्रेजेंटेशन जो भी हमारी फी है वो 2 lakh है. सिक्योरिटी 10% एंड बिलिंग 18 lakh. जो हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स सप्लाई किए जाएंगे वो 18 lakh के, इन्वेंट्री जो होगी वो 18 lakh की होगी. मिनिमम मार्जिन हमारा 15 to 18% होगा. एक्सक्लूसिव शोरूम जो भी हमें स्पेस चाहिए वो है 8 square feet का. लाइक इसमें प्राइम डीलरशिप जो मिलेगी वो 10 lakhs में होगी, जिसकी जो फी है वो 1 lakh है. 1 lakh है और सिक्योरिटी 10% एंड बिलिंग जो हमारी इन्वेंट्री होगी वो 9 lakh की होगी, जिसमें कि आपको 12 to 15% मार्जिन मिलेगा. शोरूम साइज 500 square feet एंड सेकेंडरी डीलरशिप है जो कि हमारी 5 lakh की है, जिसमें 15,000 फी होगी, सिक्योरिटी 10% होगी एंड बिलिंग 4.5 lakh की होगी जो इन्वेंट्री होगी. मार्जिन होगा 10 से 12% तक और शोरूम साइज हमें 250 square feet चाहिए. Investor with sufficient financial bandwidth and epic location, young enterprise and corporate employees waiting to have their own business, individual with the experience in EV sector waiting to be part of a reputed brand like Feeders, enterprise having experience in automobile industries, partner with experience and knowledgeable of retail markets. Individual with the local markets, corporate connect and experience handling large एरियाज. फ्रेंचाइजी जो भी हमारे होंगे रन ऑपरेशन होंगे डे टू डे वो बेसिक हमारी तरफ से हैंडल किए जाएंगे. एथर SOP एंड guidelines, keep employees motivated, ensure cleanliness and hygiene, ensure implement of local marketing activities, maintain account and record is the requirement format on central server. Inventory management रहेगी. Training mandatory for each franchisee before starting operation. Maintain good customer relationship. जो हमारा ब्रांड से रिलेटेड जो रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज रहेंगी, हेल्प फ्रेंचाइजी विद साइट सिलेक्शन, लाइसेंस एंड परमिशन and provide training to the franchisee before operation being and help with selection. नेक्स्ट हमारा जो प्री ओपनिंग जो हमारी रहेगी, साइट सिलेक्शन, यूनिट डेवलपमेंट रहेगा, मार्केटिंग एंड प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटीज रहेंगी. जो भी ट्रेनिंग होगी, जो भी हमारे सेल्समैन या फिर हमारे जो टेक्नीशियन होंगे उनको प्रोडक्ट ट्रेनिंग और उनको जितनी भी टेक्निकल ट्रेनिंग है वो प्रोवाइड कराई जाएगी. कस्टमर इंटरेक्शन एंड बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट, ऑपरेशन सपोर्ट रहेगा. financial instrument alliance for a financial ad, software and accounting support, operation manual, virtual CRM, post opening product planning, new product addition. जो हमारे अभी जो हाई स्पीड है और जो लो स्पीड है वो ही दोनों आपको प्रोडक्ट मैंडेटरी होंगे. न्यू प्रोडक्ट एडिशन, प्रोडक्ट सप्लाई, स्टॉक रोटेशन, सपोर्ट एंड consistent margin, insurance on vehicles, billing and quotations, loan is available, servicing of vehicles, marketing में awareness of company and celebrity and social media presence and events and sponsorship. That's all.
Chavi, can we discuss about the commercial part? अब investment क्या है, उसका breakup क्या है?
मैम जो
Yeah, Chavi. Yeah, ma'am. This side Pankaj Yadav.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I am due to some program, I am unable to attend video call.
I understand. No problem.
Yeah. So here is our investment plan is that we are offering we have requirement of 20 lakhs initial in start for a franchise. In 20 lakhs, we are doing that 2 lakhs approximately amount for the branding purpose. That is joining franchise fee. And 10% we are keeping the security as a for making them as a trust to the company, and remaining we will put the inventory to the all franchise team and all dealers. So apart from that, we are also making a below franchise, we are also making a development for prime dealer and secondary dealer. And along with this all franchise model selling only, according to that, we also add on a service part also, that is basic requirement of electric two-wheeler. Because in service part, there is a investment of around 3 lakhs for a service center. Service center will be capable to repair all the EVs and also repair the battery system also, because that is the main concern of all EV industry, that consumer facing the challenges for service as well. So parallelly along with this model of franchise, we are keeping all our dealers to be take care for the service center as well in this model.
Okay. And what all models do we have?
Yes, we have right now. We have slow speed already. All models are approved with the iCat and Netrex, and one model Maverick that is also coming in high speed. By we are launching by next month. Already in approval stage. We have already received EC certification from European standard for high speed, and by end of coming month we are launching that vehicle also. So after that, we have with this model we have facility of all loan facility from bank and NBFC, because right now in slow speed we have challenges of basically financing to consumers. So that will be right now available was Bajaj Finance and Loan Tap and other Paytm Finance are available, but bank we are not able to connect in past. But after launching of this high speed model, bank will be also connected with us for the channel financing as well.
Okay. And sir, what all models we have for the franchise partners? Let's say, do we have FOFO and FIFO both, or are we only doing FOFO model?
FOFO model we are offering.
FOFO model we are offering. So we have one model only, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
So
what
that
about
will
the
be
margins? How much margins would be there in single unit?
for a franchise partner, we have set a margin of 15%. That will be initial margin. Apart from that initial margin, in consistency of billing and continuous selling, we are giving add-on margin of up to 3%. That will be we are offering with during the by next month of billing. That will be add-on benefit. If suppose some franchise partner adding some prime dealer and secondary dealer, they are added to that part also. In that case also we are pass on the margin of that add-on 3% to them. So minimum margin they have to be considered minimum 15% here.
How many vehicles we have with subsidy?
We do not have any subsidy models, because already we already fed up with the government subsidy in solar business as well, as because our already background past 10 year we are with government, and you have to see that in market also other companies also facing the same challenges with the subsidy part. We have all model pricing, which is after consumer getting after subsidy, we are focusing with that price only, because consumer always compare with the price benchmark that will be what he getting after subsidy. So we have making our all model pricing uh, uh, equivalent to that part of consumers. The company which are offering the subsidy, we have given our pricing equivalent to that.
Okay. There's one more question. Mr. Dharmendra is asking, what is the cost range of products?
Our initial cost of product is available from 55,000 per piece. That will be our initial starting cost. And lithium model starting cost is started from 65,000 rupees. So we have our pricing is very competitive in market, and with quality we have already with the good manufacturer, battery manufacturer, we have tie up with them like iPower, and already tie up with LiveGuard as well. So we have good tie up with battery bank, so there is no chances of any breakdown in the market of regarding the battery also.
There is one more thing I would want to ask. You were telling us about the investment part. So what is the break-even project?
Break-even is around approximately 24 months of break-even.
Okay.
23 to 24 months of break-even.
And do we have any existence in North India as well?
Yes, we have already showrooms open in Delhi NCR,
Okay.
and along with some part of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh also, we have in North here.
This is really good to know. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Pankajji. Thanks a lot. You're already occupied, but again, you came here on the show, and yes, you were telling us so much about the brand. There is one last question which I would want to take up. Is there any presence in Mumbai?
No, not yet. We have presence in Ahmedabad. So
But we are open for Mumbai, right?
Yeah, we are seeking there for Mumbai also.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It was really lovely knowing this much about the brand and the expansion and the investment part also. I mean, the investment is really not big, and you have the securities deposit, which is refundable. Wonderful concept it is. Chavi, you can stop sharing the screen now. Thanks a lot, Pankajji. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely evening ahead.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lovely.
Thank you so much for your time, and I believe that the brand detail and insight shared with you in today's webinar will greatly benefit you to choose the right option for your business plan. If your questions were not answered during the live event, we plan to get back to you within the next day or two. Also, we'll receive an email just after this webinar on your registered email IDs by me. If you have any query, any feedback you want to share with us, you can write back to me. And you can get in touch with us on our hotline number, which is 9717683838. You can directly drop me a WhatsApp on my WhatsApp number, which is 8800493728. Have a lovely evening.